Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Honorable Raksha Raj Mantri, Honorable Chief of Air Staff, Air Chief Marshal, Air Marshal Sharma, my partner and good friend, Mr. Kora, dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, my sincere thanks to CII for the opportunity to share my views in this august gathering. The call of the day is huge thank you and congratulations to Minister of Defense for reaching a consensus on the broad contours of strategic partnership. This has been a long time in coming, and the breakthrough that has been achieved in this will level the playing field for private industry to be playing at par with the PSUs. That kind of competition is good for the private industry. It is also good for the defense public sector undertakings, because competition makes us better. It makes us sharper. It makes us deliver the best we can. This is going to be an incredible journey of public-private partnership to shape the future of defense manufacturing in India. My company, Boeing, is very thankful for the partnership we have with Indian Air Force, with amazing performance of C-17 and still in production Chinook and Apache helicopters. The Apache helicopters, the fuselage of that will be manufactured in Hyderabad in partnership with Tata, where we formed a joint venture last year. The production will start this year, and ultimately every single Apache, the core of that incredible machine, the fuselage, will be manufactured in Hyderabad for the global requirement. That is our journey in Make in India. We have been in that journey for a long time, but certainly accelerated that over the last 3 years, taking it over 5,000 crores in Indian sourcing this year. So we will triple that over the last 3 years. And our goal is to keep going forward. As we look forward towards defense manufacturing in the private sector using this SP model, and frankly, co-opting the public sector as well in some kind of public-private partnership, I would like to share with you 3 or 4 thoughts which are critical ingredient for success. The first one is scale. Without scale, it remains a hobby. You need to have scale of manufacturing to bring the efficiencies of manufacturing and economies of scale to bear, which means we have to consolidate requirements across services. If Air Force requires fighters, Navy requires fighters, you got to think about how do you consolidate that. You got to think about common components which can be used across multiple platforms. You got to think about a roadmap. It can't be a single point solution. So as we are building LCA, we have to have a roadmap to AMCA, because that's the future. And as we draw the roadmap, we have to think about how is the evolution of the core components, the common components, can be scaled up across the journey. But that's what gives critical scale, and that's what makes a business case close. The second thing to keep in mind is skills. India has deep and broad technical capability, but we gotta build the last mile skill set, especially for frontline factory workers, which will deliver the zero defect manufacturing this kind of endeavor requires. You know, while the automotive sector is highly evolved, but that works in a Six Sigma paradigm, which by definition accepts certain level of defects per million. Few parts per million, but indeed few parts there. Aerospace and defense require zero defect environment. That's a journey to close, and we have to all pitch in to make sure that we develop that skill. So very heartening to hear Air Marshal Sharma talk about a common platform across academia, industry, DRDO, IAF, and GOI, because that platform can help us create a platform for building skills across the entire spectrum required for design, development, manufacturing, and sustenance of the defense platforms. Another part of scope, the third piece is scope. Gone are the days when we rely on build-to-print manufacturing. The first phase of manufacturing by private industry was essentially catalyzed by offsets and driven by build-to-print. That's going to be insufficient if you want to have indigenous ecosystem in which we can be self-reliant and self-dependent. In that scenario, the scope has included design, development, manufacturing, and Air Marshal Sharma, indeed sustenance for the long time. Because once you deliver the platform, it remains in service for 30, 40, 50 years. And in some cases, it could be even longer than that. So having the full scope is very critical for us as we think about defense manufacturing. And finally, the know-how. The know-how for creating the ecosystem, for managing the sub-tier suppliers is critical. If you just focus on the final assembly testing and certification, we become, unfortunately, over-reliant on kits, as has been our experience in the past. So you have to have the know-how to create the tiered ecosystem in which you have tier 1 suppliers, tier 2 suppliers, and a way to manage quality through that tiered structure. It's a non-trivial skill. It requires significant investment in people, process, IT system, and really know-how for a long haul. So I would say those are the 4 things that we have to think about as we embark on this exciting new journey of strategic partnership. We are grateful to CII for all the opportunities they create for the industry. We're committed to working with the Indian industry. In fact, we're in discussions with CII to host a delegation of Indian industry at our factories across the world. And we source about 50 billion worth of materials from across the world. So lots of opportunity for Indian industry to participate. So it's a two-way street. We want to partner with the industry. We want to co-opt the private sector. We want to create a new, exciting ecosystem for defense manufacturing in India. And we're committed to making them globally competitive so they can not only win here, they can win everywhere. Thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity. Jai Hind.